Hello and welcome back to Rollercoaster Tycoon, where we are playing in a volcano, or well, rather outside of a volcano, because we haven't really done that much inside it. But that's besides the point. We are on this lovely island and we are developing it in quite a good pace. Now, last thing we did was we built this coaster over here, and it turns out to be quite a nice little profit machine. It's not the greatest in the ratings, but it is there to help us with our profits. Now, that's all nice, but we do need to spend those profits, of course, and that's what we are gonna do right now. After I quickly see... Oh, wow, you are a good handy dude. You are right on the job. Very good, you. No, but what we need to do really is we need to build ourselves one of those grand coasters, and for that we do need some more cash, because the very first grand coaster that we are going to construct is going to be this steel wild mouse roller coaster. Now, from what I've read in the comments, apparently we cannot remove any piece over here. Yeah, indeed, we're not allowed to do so. Which is a shame really, but we'll have to deal with that. Now, if we take a look at that coaster, we can see that the station goes over here. And we need to hook it up all the way over here. That doesn't really leave much options when it comes to track building. Basically, we'll just have to skimp over the side of this volcano and then work our way towards over here. Which is kind of a shame. I would have loved if that were different, but... ah well. The good thing is that, and even though our track is crazy high, at 21 height, the volcano is even higher, because that is 31. So in terms of height, we're actually doing quite alright. Now, when it comes to money, you might have noticed, letting the game run for a bit for a while, and that is because we really do need the money. And what I'm aiming for is, with these 10,000. We are close to that, so you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna build a few more fences, some easy scenery, and hopefully that will be enough for us to get the money that we need. And maybe also have the guests stay longer in the park. No, I don't know how fences will come into play with that, other than just fencing them in, but no, we're not like that. Now, let's see, and there, that's that sorted. I also think over here is definitely the place for a fence. Well, actually, it's not really, but maybe a bit over here. There. How does that look? It looks rubbish, to be honest. Tree in the way? No, there can't be a tree in the way. I know that there is a free side to the path. Right, okay. I guess it looks kind of okay-ish. Footpath in the way. Nah, look at that. See, we can build that. Right, okay. Now, I'm looking at the money and I see that we are very, very close to 10k. So what we're gonna do is, before we start building, we need to address this queue line over there, which is done horribly at the moment. So we might as well remove you. Now, yeah, we are in total underground space here. So basically what I would need to do is, I can go above this, no problem. Let's see. Well, what I'm thinking of doing is just hooking it up towards this same path, but just over here, so that we have a little bit more and a little bit longer queue. It's not gonna make that much a difference, but well, we need to raise or lower the land first. I mean, where the F are we actually building? Over here, huh? Alright. Well, if that requires some land adjustment, we will make it so. Oh. We could do... No, we cannot. That would do. It's a bit ugly like this. Let's fix that back up. And then... Yeah, we would need to raise this, and then, if we now go this direction, that hooks up, and that still isn't really an ideal queue length, but, oh man, this looks ugly. We'll have to fix this at some point, when money is less of an issue, but for right now, yeah, we'll leave it as is. Besides, there are other oddly shaped areas here on this volcano. Now, with that being addressed, I guess it is time that we start fixing this as far as fixing goes. Wow. Hold on a second. So, we need to... Wait. This is... Interesting. Because... we need a lift over here, that much is pretty much certain. It won't even make it to the end of these track pieces without a lift. So there is our choice. The only thing we could choose to do is by not go up, which I think is a rather sensible thing to do, really. So we'll go straight down like that. And then, yeah, like this. With a curve, because I now have discovered these pieces, we will use them. Oh yes, we will. What else can... No, we can't really do much. We do have brakes, but brakes are to the contrary of what I want on this coaster. Now, I believe so far, in terms of design, this is still not really good. This is what we want in terms of design. Actually, what we would want... is something like this. Though I'm hesitant to do so, I think this is the better option. Now, why can't we... You got to be kidding me. Alright, so we don't really have a choice. I'm thinking, you know, the reason for it is that I think that the cars will go back too quickly so that when they do break down, we're still gonna see issues, but... well, if the game's telling me no, then the game's telling me no. Right, we'll go over here, and this is the beauty of this coaster. Look at how high this can go. Isn't this crazy? Oh yes, this is bonkers mad, it is. Wow. Now the question is, of course, is it sane to go this high? Because what goes up must come down. A statement that is true in every way possible. I don't know, really. I think this might not be such a bad idea, especially considering we can... maybe it is a tad bit too high. We'll lower it down a bit earlier over here, so that we still have some leeway to play around in. Now, I already see this, so that's off the table, but what we can do is just have a drop down over here, and then... have the track go up till the water. Yeah, the water is pretty much game over when it comes to that. So I'm thinking this could do. I mean, it's not like there is a crazy amount of speed. No, totally not. So what we could then do, and this is of course a much better thing, is we will go down like this. Now, oh... is this going to be... yeah... balls! That's no good. I don't really want that. I want more of those big drops, but if this is the way of it, then I don't like it much. Right, and we'll see if this will work out. Now, I know that there is other pieces of our track over there, and we need to be careful for them. Wow, and look at what they've built over here, by the way. I mean, this is just crazy, let me tell you. Alright, told you, it is crazy. Right, so we need to go up a little bit to, of course, to kind of like negate our massive gain of speed. And if we do this, can I even... no. No, alright, fine. Well, what are we gonna do next with the coaster? Because right now it's basically just a free form for us, really. we do have a significant amount of speed over here, so we can't go haywire on the curving. But what I'm thinking is what we should do... how are we doing with... Oh, there's not that many tracks over here. I think we should go in and out of the volcano as often as possible and kind of stick to this side over here, really. I mean, that's kind of like, you know, where we need to be at in the end anyway, so we might as well. Now, I'm not really sure whether or not we should go below height 21 right now. The thing is that if we do, we need more lifts. And we all know how lifts end up in this coaster. I don't think it's that bad over here because, well, you know, it should have the speed to make it over here. If it doesn't, then, well, you know, if it stalls over here, then it's not our fault. Because we cannot remove or change the design. But if it stalls from here on onwards, you know, over here, then it is our fault. But I don't think over here it will stall. Because it will come up this lift with quite a bit of speed. And as far as I know, you know, these things break down and crash because there's cars, you know, that get stuck on a lift and then the car following can't catch up to that lift. So, now that shouldn't happen here because they'll fly up the lift till about here. And that means that there's at least like 3 or 4 or 5 cars even that can stack before it becomes a problem. And then, I pray, our fix mechanic will have addressed any malfunctions in the hardware. Or at least that's the plan. That's the theory. Who knows how it's gonna be in practice, right? So, we'll just have some curves over here. We're just gonna be doing some free roaming really with the track. Now, at some point, you know, what I'm thinking over here is what we should do is we will drop down to heights that are below height 21. And I'm thinking it would be very cool if we manage to squeeze ourselves below this curve and up over here. So why don't we actually build backwards, see if that is at all even possible. And there's the answer to that question, I guess. Right, okay, well answered. That's good to know. So we are... Alright, that changes the game plan slightly, knowing that that is possible. Not much though, but slightly it is changed. Now, I guess we'll do some more free roaming. Oh, I would love it if we were able to go inside the volcano, really, you know? That would be pretty freaking awesome. If we can pull that off... Come on, game. We can pull that off, in fact. Very, very nice. Right, well, this is pretty much a given right now. I mean, wow, that's awesome. So we're in the volcano. Cool, cool beans. Now, we will have a drop down. Now, right now, we are also at the station height. More or less. If we stick at height 23, we can still go above our own station. I don't really think we should, but we can then also go above these tracks, and I think we should do that. Now, let me just quickly see. What do we... Right, so we can't go that way. Nor can we go that way. In fact, we can't even go that way. Right, and there's not much places for us to go then, other than over there. Now, I would like to resurface at a cool spot, so if at all possible. There, right, okay, so far so good, I guess. That works out, right. Okay, we're onto something over here. I like it how these curves can go through these kind of, you know, V shapes in the terrain. I really like that. It's kind of cool, I guess. Right, okay, so right now we're at height 23, huh? Let's do some shenanigans over here. Let's see. You know what? Instead of going down over there, we'll just go back inside the volcano, I think. And then, if we then go around, you know what we are going to do? we are gonna have one of these track pieces, because they're freaking awesome. Yeah, curves down, man. I really think that they're on the right stuff to have. For this coaster at least. Now then we'll do some crazy track works. I mean, currently we are just barely above that other coaster. Look, this is good stuff. Now we are getting to the tricky part, because I think it would be the best if we start worrying about a way back right now. So, oh no, this is what I want. Right, we need to figure this out right now. What I need to do is I need to get this coaster in such a position that it has turned around and then lined up over here, made a descent at rapid speeds, and then, I don't know, I think it would be best, because this is a pretty workable end position. I think it would be best if we... Oh, I'm forgetting a thing here. I mean, I'm considering this to be like where the station ends, but it isn't. And that is an issue, because what we cannot have is for these cars to go over this section at lift speed. I mean, that is out of the question. And if that is out of the question, balls. Well, I know one alternative that we have, but that is going to change everything quite radically. See, the only other option that we have is to have this drop go higher than 21 and then have the top bit lifted. I mean, that isn't as bad as, well, the lift bees that we had in the coaster in the previous park. But that is going to change everything radically. I thought we could go below this section and then go up and stuff, but clearly that ain't gonna happen. Not if we do it like that. However, if we do that, then we can also change the direction of the coaster. Direction of the coaster change, I can hear you think. Yes, let me explain. We want this. Can we have a lift down? Really? Alright, that's interesting. No, with a section like this. Look, and then lifted. Wow, I didn't know we could have lifts downwards. Let me just see if... No, we can indeed have lift downwards. Right, that is very, very interesting. In that case, we're gonna have to replace a few track pieces over here. I wasn't aware that this was even possible. Mind you, I never tried, but... Okay, that will prevent a lot of agony. Wow. Well, I guess we learn something every day now, don't we? In any case, come on, game. Let me... Game. There. Right. I think if we go like this, we have a lot more tactical flexibility, huh? So, what we'll do is... yeah, what are we gonna do with this? I would love to just go through the terrain over there. I would love to. Wow, that looks okay. Yeah, alright. So, I have a plan here. I have a plan. One day there will be a grand coaster over here. No, it's not that serious, but I do have a plan which involves a few curves around the whole place. And then, now, I need to line up to, yeah, if I go like this, now I'm lined up proper. And now it's just a matter of getting things aligned over there. I think we need a sharp drop, like, right away. Yeah, that seems to be the right thing that we need right now. Yeah, most definitely. Right, okay, and then we need to go up, which we will do. Alright, that is all we needed. Well, that's fine. And then we will lift this. In fact, we will lift the whole section down, because I now know that we can. So we might as well make use of this, right? Just so that we prevent any future crashes from happening. Now, of course, it's just a matter of getting this baby hooked up. Wow, okay, it's hooked up. Wow, now that makes me, of course, very, very curious to what the test ride will be for this coaster. Because it better be grand. I mean, this is, the very first coaster in that whole series. So, right, yeah, see, it kind of stalls right in front of the tunnel. So that is like at least 4 or 5 cars. Now, I don't even know how many we have. We only have 7 cars. So in theory, this could... No, this cannot go alright, because they have a lift at the down bottom section too. Wow, look at the speed at which it's going through everything. Car 2, that is. Speed seems to be actually pretty alright though. Look at it, look at that. It's now slowing down to a reasonable crawl. The crawl at which it can do those rapid turns pretty well. Alright. Comes out over there. Look at that, going through everything. And then another steep drop. A lift, but well, that's unfortunate side effect of the scenario constraints. And then a gently curve up and down, and back to the station we are. Right, I'm gonna take a pop shot at this, that it will be at the very least a 7 in the ratings. Of course we need it to be higher, but we're gonna take a pop shot at a 7 in the ratings. Now, this is of course the big moment. Are we ready for it? I am. Be prepared for... grand on the very first attempt. Wow, that's a nice one. And that is without any scenery whatsoever. Not synchronized, nothing. Just on its own merit, just on its own awesome track design. Now I must admit that there's grand and there's grand. But I'm quite surprised that we made it, and we have 6,500 bucks to spare. Wow, that is good stuff, man. Oh wow, it does suffer from lack of inspection time quite heftily. Right, this is absolutely freaking amazing. Wow, nice. Okay, that one's in the pocket. Now what we need is a proper setup for our stuff. Like, how about, I'm just saying, how about we hook up the exit, huh? Is that a plan, or is that a plan? Yeah, that might be an idea. Like that, that could save a lot of troubles. Right, now, because we have hooked up the entrance over there, I think... No, that's not where I wanted it. Let's get to a different view. Yeah, this will allow me to place it exactly where I need it. There. I don't want an entry sign over there. It's not needed at all. Now what we're gonna need is, first of all, a dedicated handy dude for this area in specific. I don't think it was even assigned to any handy dude in particular, but it is right now. You have this area. We also need a handy or a mechanic dude who is going to keep this clean. By the way, close you. Your area spam is making it difficult for me to assign stuff. Right, are you trapped right now in the right place? I need to know this. Yeah, it seems that you're trapped up and down. Right, that's very good, very good. And you're going to inspect the coaster. In fact, I might even leave that on, because that will make sure that it will always be inspected. And as far as I'm aware, coasters that are being inspected don't crash. I don't know if that's true. I never really tested that theory, but it's a theory that I've had for quite a while, and so far I have never found it to be not true. Let me put it like that. So, right, okay, now of course there is still the very important business of naming and shaming and opening up this very ride. So, we are going to call this yeah, we're gonna call this the Molten Rodeo. There. Now, I know some of you have suggested names, and again, I've made the same mistake of not writing anything down, and I apologize, but yeah, you know, I mean, maybe one day I'll learn, actually. I know that's hard, but maybe, you know, there's always two hoping. Right, so we have this coaster now, which as you can see is very aggressively priced, and I don't mind if the guests, you know, need to pay up this much. What we're gonna do in terms of coloring is we're gonna go with the volcano style of things. Now, there is one catch to that, and that is that, well, this coaster doesn't really have it that much. See, what I kind of would have liked to have is that tracks that are outside of the volcano are more like a dark red, and that are inside of the volcano are more like a yellow-orange. So it really looks like it's erupting. But of course, the view can change any of that. Though, I guess, you know, even in this, it doesn't really matter which view you're at. These sections that are like close, you know, they will always be close. So we're gonna give this coaster a pretty custom paint job. We're gonna take the base as if it were to be outside of the volcano. So now that might be a little bit too much. Maybe we should switch this around. Like this, I approve, and then maybe these on the inside, you know? Now this looks pretty hot, pretty red, pretty deadly, pretty intense, huh? Then we need the second color scheme. Ew, I mean, how can they even come up with this? No, it needs to be volcano style. First of all though, let's actually paint a few sections so I can see what we're doing. There, right. Okay, now that looks alright, you know, till there. Why don't we go with a orange on the... Now that's on the inside. We need this to be like a brighter yellow and an orange. Maybe we should also have like an intermediary thing, you know, where it's not just like either hot inside and then really dark outside. Maybe that is not such a bad idea indeed. We'll have to see. What I'm gonna do in any case is I'm gonna switch these colors around so that it looks more natural. You know, actually, it's only the outer track things changing right now. This to me it definitely looks better. Now we will color the section. What? How come I was coloring multiple things? I don't like it when that happens. That was not the intention. We will fix this back right now. Right, okay, continuing on. We will go with this. Yes. And maybe even over there. And then perhaps some more in there. Yeah, this looks kind of okay. Yeah, we need a third color scheme. Wow. I mean, you know, there we are. One day we're not doing anything with the color scheme. The other day we are completely nut jobs for coloring. But it is needed, and we're gonna go through with this. Because this looks to me like a right intermediary color setup, now doesn't it? It's a tad bit darker, not too much. It looks perfect for a transition area, which I reckon is, you know, close to the mountain over here. There. A few of these pieces that are indeed close to the mountain. How about the actual station as well? Let's see, as well as a few pieces over there. And then maybe, you know, something like this. I mean, the volcano, you know, it's not just the molten lava inside, you know, the whole freaking mountain's always hot. There, now that looks quite alright if you ask me. You know, this looks like a proper painted coaster, and... Wow, I can only wait till the finished result actually, but I can guarantee you that you're gonna see more of this custom paint job stuff being done. So, well, I mean, October year 1, and we are down 1 grand coaster. We got 1. And, by the way, in case you were left wondering, I mean, grand, it just means in the total picture, grand. So if that is through massive help of scenery and aid of other rides, it's all permitted. Cause, well, I have to admit one thing. When I said 5 grand coasters, I felt mighty and, all powerful. But when I was editing the video and I heard myself say that again, I was like, damage, don't say stupid things if you're not sure you can make them. But I guess we'll do fine. But, it is quite a challenge, especially with this coaster. And you are... This steel one's also gonna be a challenge, It's gonna be a difficult one to pull off, so... But we'll see. We'll have to find out if we can make it. We know that the first coaster has done so, and we're gonna find out if the next one will also be grand next time, when we play more Rollercoaster Tycoon.